So as mentioned, today we talk about industrial engineering. And from right away, I want to mention that we have programs both on master and bachelor level, which is great. As, for example, if you start with your bachelor, then you can continue with one of those following masters, or maybe you want to do a second bachelor or second master, whatever. So here is a choice you are welcome to select. Now, who is behind the session? This is My German University, a database where you can find English taught study programs, but this also means that some of the programs can have German component or other languages. For example, on Monday we had a webinar that or program presentation that required knowledge of Chinese. So this is also possible, but you can always control such kind of things in a study finder. The ones that you see right now is just a demo version, but it has much more filters. You can adjust all of different things, combine them so that the maximum benefit of a study finder is on your side. Then you can even add the programs to your favorites so that you have a second look sometime later and then check out more details of the program. You can also read out our articles, the articles on different topics. Country-specific articles are available, and importantly, also those articles are translated into different languages. So just use this benefit of the information which is there for you. And it's really important those articles are written by internationals so that we try to highlight those important topics that we also went through as we were applying to a German university. And of course, the webinars to stay connected and also make this communication more interactive. We always host webinars. You attend one of the subject webinars, but we also have general webinars when we talk about broader topics like UniAssist scholarships, how to get visa. For example, this Friday will be one about UniAssist, and next Monday will be one about visa. So in case you have broader questions, feel free to join those webinars. But these subject webinars are very specific and also unique because you have professors or program coordinators from the universities presenting the programs, and in addition also answering questions, be it about application on the content of the program. So yeah, we're always very thankful for your time and for joining the events. And of course, this is our team. We are based in Hamburg, Germany, and we come from different countries, and we have lots of German team members, so it has these different perspectives of Germans and internationals on how to study in Germany. Now, as I have mentioned, industrial engineering, if you use the study finder and filter for that, the advice will be to filter by a subject, not by program name, and then you select one and you have all these drop-down menus for different things. And you could see, and you can see that there are 143 degree programs, 47 on bachelor, 96 on masters. And there is an option of English only selection in case you are not ready to start your very first semester with German language. Then you have subject pages where you can read description of the subject. What is industrial engineering about? Like how it feels studying this in Germany. What is the range of tuition fees of programs offered? General application admission requirements, English language requirements, maybe some German language requirements, etc. But you will see that there are lots of graphs and statistics on this subject pages because these are a general overview that is there for you so that you can decide if you want to study it or not based on this broader information. Additional hint or tip would be to always search for the subject or the program, check out its details and not be guided by just fees or rankings because all programs are different, unique, and you need to make sure that the selected one is truly interesting for you so that you will be then spending a few semesters with this program. It should be beneficial, of course. Briefly about the university landscape in Germany. In Germany, there are universities and universities of applied sciences. What I want to mention now is that usually programs offered by universities are more research and theory oriented. Universities of applied sciences usually have application and practice oriented programs. But again, going back to my previous slide, always check the program details itself because there could be exceptions on both sides. And again, referring to my very first thing, is that please check or search for programs by subject, not by program name, because it's this way you will not miss all the programs, in this case in industrial engineering, that are there for you, and you can always add them to favorites with a small heart, and then you have a list or short-listed list for you so that you can check out the programs once again. So these slides will be shared on Monday. You can always have a look. This is a filtered results for industrial engineering, and all the links that are included, including the subject page, are also there. So you will be able to check that out on Monday. But before that, I would like to give the mic to Timmy from Hector School of Engineering and Management, who will be talking about Master Management of Product Development, the program outlook, and the location on the map. For all programs, this will be the same. However, I will not stop a lot long here, as Timmy has much more details as always.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for the introduction. And thank you very much, dear participants, to taking part and to listening to us. So before we start, I would like to introduce myself. So my name is 𝘗𝘪𝘵𝘀𝘱𝘐𝑜𝑟𝑚 Vinohodov. I am junior program consultant at the Hector School, and today I will give you the brief from one side, from the other side, I hope, detailed insight into the master program in management of product development. And for this, I will share my screen right now. No, something went wrong or not? Yeah, do you see my screen right now or not?
Yes, we do.
Yeah,
it's good.
Perfect. Perfect. So once again, I'm here to talk about the Hector School of Engineering and Management. This is the Technology Business School of the KIT of Karlsruher Institute of Technology. And today I would like to tell you about Master of Science in Management of Product Development. So we will start at first with the very first slide. This is actually who we are. So we are basically the KIT, once again, Karlsruhe Institute of Technology. We are the research institute university in the Helmholtz Association. So this is Excellence University with 2 excellence clusters. We have more than 20,000 students in the whole university, a lot of patent application and spin-offs. More than 10,000 employees are working there, and around 415 professors. We have a yearly annual budget more than 1 billion euros, and KIT, these are all the reasons why KIT is ranked as 102nd university in the whole world and number 6 in Germany, and so we are among 7% the best universities in the whole world. So if we are talking about us, about our business and technology school, here you can see like 4 columns that are defining us. So first of all, this is the power of international networks, since we have cooperations with a lot of companies working not only in the region of Baden-Württemberg, not only in Germany, but internationals as well. Furthermore, the half of our students are international, so they have international background and experience. Secondly, this is technology transfer and innovations. So we have like the 70-80% of our professors, they are coming from the KIT. They are professors at the KIT, and the 20-30% of lecturers, they are coming from the industry. So we try to keep this balance between application and theory. Then management and technology. All our master program consists of 10 modules, 5 management modules and 5 engineering modules. And they are executive master programs. So this is a brilliant combination of working and studying simultaneously. So here is a brief overview of all our 6 master programs, since we offer in general six of them in big variety of fields. So this is energy, this is financial sector, this is information systems in digital transformation, product development, mobility systems, that is everything about e-mobility and autonomous driving, and production and operations management. So today I will tell you about management of product development. Here you can see the module, the structure of it. So as I mentioned at the very beginning, there are 10 modules in the master program. The duration of each module is 2 weeks. So 5 management modules, 5 engineering modules. Here you can see like the names of them. So this is a good master program already to obtain management skills and management knowledge. So you don't need to take any management courses or MBA programs in the future. Here you can see, for example, how the lectures are going on. So this is like actually a case study. Pluto, this is the project of one of the institutes of the KIT. Also, in terms of this module, we offer international module in China. So our students, they spend the 5th engineering modules, tools and methods of product engineering in China. I will tell about it a little bit later. And also there is a good practical use case built in autonomous robot where our students dedicate their time not only to the theory, but also to the practice. Yeah, to have both practical and theoretical knowledge and experience. So some key points here. Once again, this is product development, everything that is going around product development, around agile systems design, and simulation, validation, verification, and so on. So a little bit more about workshop. So this is yeah, practical use case. This is like the picture how it is going on. So this is like the model, the robot that the students were building. And yeah, this is a great integration model and implementation of the knowledge from lectures, exercises, and other case studies. And yeah, of course, it's also a long project, so it consists of different points like analysis, technical implementation, prototype planning, and of course, construction and final presenting. So it's like a case study. So here, once again, the overview of the hot topics of the course. So what topics are exactly studied and overviewed during the master program. So this is product development, as I mentioned, process planning with portfolio analysis, value analysis, and so on. This is efficiency improving, target improving, cost improvement, agile methods and Scrum product development, different simulation methods, of course, computer science and lifecycle management, as well as virtual engineering, lightweight design, and of course, Industry 4.0. So quite good technical dedication and the technical points to have strong skills and a very good deep knowledge after you obtain your master degree here. Here I will go to the cooperation with academic partners. So yeah, we have cooperation, for example, with ESADE Business School in Barcelona for 2 master programs, but they are not relevant for the management of product development. For this master program, relevant is the right side of the slide. So this is our partners and our cooperation with China. So we cooperate with Global Advanced Manufacturing Institute in Suzhou and Advanced Manufacturing Technology Center in Shanghai, and also College of Tongji universities. As I mentioned, the 5th module is taking place there abroad. This is tools and methods of product engineering, and students, they spend 2 weeks there. Also attending Manufacturing Institute, having different excursions to the factories, other companies, and of course attending the lecture. And this is the thing that our students are really keen on and waiting for this module when they come here. And yeah, they were they were keen on it even after then they finish the master degree. They keep good memories in mind. So some key facts about the master program in general. So general program duration is around 20 months. As I mentioned, there are 10 modules. The duration of each module is 2 weeks. So 5 management modules, of engineering modules, and at the end is a master thesis. As a business school of the KIT, we have tuition fees. These tuition fees are 9,000 euros each semester. And at the end, you will receive KIT Master of Science degree certificate with 90 ECTS points. So we have intake, so-called program start just once a year. And this year it's on the 29th of September. So if you would like to apply, we have a rolling application process and we don't have any application deadlines. However, if you are an international student, of course, we would like to ask you to apply as soon as possible because it takes them quite a while to apply for a visa and receive it. So it can take time. So for you to come on time to take part on all modules, it's very important to make everything fast. And all lectures, they take place here live in Karlsruhe, so it's not possible, unfortunately, to take part online. Yeah, so I'm already finishing. There are just 3 slides more. Briefly about admission requirements. Of course, you need to have first academic requirements, so it's at least bachelor. Then we have professional requirements. So this is either professional experience, no, not either, I mean either 1 or 2 years of professional experience. But of course, like if we're talking about the average, yeah, our students have around from 3 to 5 years of working experience. We need, of course, your CV, your job reference. We need the letter of recommendation, and there will be another personal interview, both with Hector School and KIT. KIT, I mean with the program director. This is a professor from KIT, and then he will make the decision whether you're accepted or not. Since all our master programs are in English, we need to have from you an English test, so you need to provide us with it. So this is how the structure looks like. So 10 modules, the duration of each 2 weeks, Saturdays, they're here in gray, you have exams, and then white is a free time. So in this break between the modules, you can just work and you won't receive any homework, any theory, nothing that is connected with the university, just for you to be dedicated to the work at the company or somewhere else, and then another 2 weeks, another modules here in Karlsruhe. And this is actually the last slide. Social events, exchange and network. We're also quite strong in social events and network events. So every module we organize some social events for the students to have so-called team building. Also, we organize a lot of excursion, both cultural, sports, a lot of social gatherings. Of course, alumni network is there, and there are a lot of chats and webinars and sessions where we invite people from the industry and more experienced colleagues, I mean, from the industry that would like to share their experience and to tell you about the up-to-date topics and trend things. So thank you very much for your attention here. Please contact me if you have any other questions. Here you can see my email, timir.vinohodov@kit.edu. I will be glad to answer all your questions, and also for further our personal events, webinars, and so on, please scan this QR code. You are more than welcome to join us, and we will wait for you. Thank you very much. That's it from my side for today.
Yeah, thank you so much, Tamir. You still had 3 more minutes. Maybe
Okay.
you can take 3 more questions during the
Uh,
Q&A.
okay. Let's then have a look.
Maybe it's better if we do the Q&A at the end when all speakers
Yeah,
are done, so that,
sure. Yeah.
yeah, thank you. But yeah, thank you very much for all the details. There is one thing that I want to check
Mhm.
up front. That the application is done through the university system, right?
Exactly. So we have application portal. So you submit all your documents to our application portal. So you don't need to use any UniAssist or something like this. Just directly apply to us.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Now I share my screen. And dear attendees, as promised, we have 3 presentations. So now I'm glad to give the virtual mic to Professor Pfeffer, who will be talking about another master's program in digital factory and operational excellence. Hochschule der Bayerischen Wirtschaft will be presenting in a second or so.
Okay, perfect. So yeah, thanks for this introduction. So my name is Matthias Pfeffer. I'm the head of department of the engineers in our university, which is the Hochschule der Bayerischen Wirtschaft, as you call it, or the Bavarian University of Business and Technology, how we call it now. HDBW is the short term. And I'm going to show you something about university where we sitting. So what you see in the back is the campus of the university. And university itself was founded 10 years ago. It's one of the youngest universities in Germany and even in Bavaria. So we are a university of applied science. So we have very strong connections to the industry, especially in Bavaria. So we also belongs to one of the biggest educational companies in Germany or even in Bavaria with 2,000 people. But our university itself, as you can see, we have just 500 students compared with the KIT in Karlsruhe, which you have, Temi showed 20,000 and even more. And compared with the biggest companies and biggest universities in Munich, they have 40,000, so 500 students, very familiar. But it's very international, more than 50 or even now more than 60 or 70 countries where they come from. So it's very international. Most of the study courses we do at the moment in English. In the last years, we have more than 700 graduate students, 70 professors and lecturers are teaching you. All of the professors are having a job or they're doing business in the industry as well, so that the connection between industry and university is always present. Yeah, more than 70 direct cooperation partners. So direct means we're really working together with them, doing projects, exchanges, whatever. And we're focused on business, engineering, and information technology. So that's the base of our university, including bachelor and master programs. So just a few impressions that you see how it looks inside. It's very familiar, very small. So even my colleague Holly, you know it already. So we have been colleagues a couple of years ago. So as you can see, the biggest room we have can fit in 50 people, so 50 students. So that's the maximum in the class we have. But usually the classes have 20 people, 20 to 30 people around about this. And this is one of the biggest rooms we have in the university. So yes, why studying at the HDBW? So we have small classes, and it's really the personality which it's on focus, and a very strong interaction with the professors and with the students. So it's not just front presentation. It's more discussion based, and everything you need, you will get from university for studying all the scripts, documents, or whatever transcripts of the courses, which will be prepared for the students, and we offer them. This is including the price. I will come to that later on. Also, the courses, especially the projects we do, are taken from the industry, especially in the master degree courses. And nevertheless, yes, if you have been in Munich once, it's really a nice place to be, as you can see on the right bottom corner. So that's Munich live in the summer term with the big beer garden, and it's worth to go there and having a beer with the professors. So what are our master degree programs? And so we have overlapping courses in these courses, for example, digital business and modeling entrepreneurship, cybersecurity, and digital factory operational excellence. I'm going to show you just the digital factory and operational excellence course. But nevertheless, we have overlapping courses because also in the digital factory courses, we have digital value streams together with the guys of digital business and modeling, and also cybersecurity courses. Because that's a common course we have with our guys and our students of cybersecurity master degree course. Yeah, but what's the DFOE, how we call it, the Digital Factory Operational Excellence course, what it is about? a couple of years ago, we started with this course, not by developing with the professors themselves. So we asked the industry leaders around in Bavaria, or especially in Munich, so what do you need for future managers in the field of production and logistics? And the result was this course, the Digital Factory and Operational Excellence course. So I'm going to show you the curricula. But first of all, that was our goal, to bring a course, or that we build up a course that is for future managers in this business of production and logistics, to getting them in a leading position. And that's a very typical career. After the course, students went to industry either for project management or team positions, team leading positions, or in any kind of consultancy, in-house consultancy or external consultancy jobs. That's a very, very typical career after this course. This course is 100% in English with all the professors. And what you're going to learn, I go in a bit more in detail, but actually you learn how to analyze, optimize, and to plan factory processes, factory and logistic processes. That's the big aim, or that's the big goal of this course, so that you really know how you can optimize a complete company, especially industrial companies, in the field of production and logistics. So what is the curricula about? If you take a look for the full-time course, which is 3 semesters, 1.5 years, so we also offer as a part-time course, but depending where you come from, if you come from abroad, need a visa, you might need a full-time course. So that I'm going to show you the full-time course. The part-time course is 100% the same. It's just stretched over 5 semesters. So if you take a look at the colors, so these colors have a meaning. So all in all, we have 14 subjects in the course and 3 main topics. So the first main topic is the gray one. So this is called the management or business side, including business planning, finance, entrepreneurship, also work science, leadership, change management, decision theory, or KPIs, or key performance indicator, how to develop, and decision theory. So that's the more or less management and business part. Then we've got that green one, which is the classical industrial engineering part. So that's what we're going to do, is engineering, but there we do not care about the products. And we also do not care about the machines themselves. So we do not develop machines. So we develop processes, organizational stuff. And so how should the process look like? How should the supply chain look like? And in this green courses, you're going to learn how to analyze the processes, how to find optimizations, potentials. So you're going to learn how could the production strategy look like in a global network. You're going to learn optimization like value stream, lean logistics, lean production, production optimization, and Six Sigma and all that kind of stuff. Also the global supply chain and procurement processes, how should we work with that one? And finally, a digital factory planning or planning processes, how to plan a process, including the simulation process with specified tools we're going to use. So all in all, how to analyze, optimize, and plan such processes. This is the part of industrial engineering in our case. The last part is the so-called information management part, which is colored in blue. So there you get information about big data analytics, artificial intelligence, business intelligence, digital value streams or digital value chains, and also the I just mentioned the cybersecurity courses with our colleagues. All in all, you have different projects in each semester, finally with the master thesis. And all of our professors in this course are still working in the industry. So in every course, you might know it from the bachelor courses you have finished, most of you. Probably you might know the classical bachelor course works the same worldwide. So you're having 12, 14, 16 weeks of lectures. After that 16 weeks of lectures, you might have an exam, a classical written exam at the end of these 16 or 18 weeks, however. We try to avoid this in this course as much as we can. So it's much more project orientated. So usually you have a project, a case study, a research work, a presentation, or any kind of mixture of those. And you just have a few classical written exams. All those projects we're going to use, all those case studies we use, we took out from the industry and adapted for the students for this course. So we just have a few classical written exams. It's more project orientated. That's what we're going to build up here in this 3 semester. So also it is a mixture of courses on campus and online courses, so that you always, depending where you live, so it is not necessary to live really in Munich, so you can live anywhere of the world, but for the campus courses, you should join, if you want to join the campus courses, of course you have to be in Munich, but it is also possible. We have students from Portugal, so they just travel for the block weeks on campus, they come to Munich, so also this is possible for the students who do not live in the area of Munich. So that's what I mentioned, just written about. So what kind of skills after the graduation? I just skipped this slide. So what do you need, or what's the conditions for this? Some key facts. So this is completely English lectured master degree program in 3 semester full time. Depending where you come from, you might need a pre-semester. So the pre-semester means you get, if you're having, for example, a mechanical engineering degree, a bachelor degree in mechanical engineering. So you might have a few courses in finance and accounting. So we figured out that this is necessary for the students to get in this course. And also you get in this pre-semester some German lectures, German culture courses, scientific writing, and also these kind of things. And so that depends where you come from, but this is a decision by the head of department and with the students together, if you have to join this course or not. So we start in March and October. For the deadlines, usually it's December and June. So you see here the deadlines for the application, but we have a continuously admission process. So that means that's not a deadline process when you know if you're accepted or not. So our admission process is continuously during the whole semester. So as soon as we have a short discussion, we're going to have a chat with all the students who wants to join the course, and you get straight after this course, straight after this chat, you get the information if you are accepted or not. So the fee at the moment, I guess, around about 800 euro per month. This includes everything, no hidden cost. Everything is included, what you need for studying, library, scripts, transcripts, everything, software you need. So what you need is a bachelor degree, usually anything with engineering that helps, logistic also, production engineering, mechanical engineering with business. So that's the best way how to join this, even if you're not coming from Europe, so you don't have this ECTS, but we have a transfer table to calculate this, and you need the B level 2 and in English language. So how to come? The admission process is also online on our webpage. So there is no dealer in between. So just write us, send us the CV and a short letter. Then you will get an interview with the study director. In that case, it might be myself. And then you get, straight after this interview, you get the decision if you want to come or not, or if you can come or not. And then usually the official admission process starts, so that you can get, if you need a visa, that you can get a visa and you can apply for the visa with the letter of acceptance. That's a typical way. Usually it takes from the online application until you get the letter of acceptance. We need 2 weeks roundabout, plus minus. So more information you will get from Sarah. That's our student advisor. And you see everything you can find at the hdbw-hochschule.de. So you get all the information you're going to find there. Thanks very much for listening. I hope I'm still right on time.
Yes, you are. Thank you very much for all the details you provided. Today, everybody is extremely punctual. Only I was not that punctual as I started 2 minutes late, but I think people will be fine. So, dear attendees, Sarah Zurek's email address, Studienberatung, is also in chat and the program link as well. The same was for Timur. His email address is also in chat. Feel free to save those now so that you can also contact them in case you have further questions that we after today's session. Now, last but not least, I give the mic to Professor Dr. 𝘱𝘢𝘪�ฑ𝘦𝘳𝘴𝘪𝘯𝘨, who will be talking about Bachelors in International Bachelor of Wood Technology, Rosenheim Technical University of Applied Sciences. And yeah, we are staying in the area. So today there is no big jumps on the map. So I stop the screen share and I give the mic to Professor Ott.
Welcome, everybody. I will be speaking to you without a German accent for a change. I'm also going to be talking not about a master's degree, but about a bachelor's degree. And one thing that's special about this bachelor's degree is that you are going to be learning German. So I come from the high-tech industry, actually from a German company. And I've worked internationally for many years. And I'm now teaching in Rosenheim, which is in the south of Germany, in wood technology. And so essentially it is an industrial engineering program, quite broad. With specializing in wood products and wood production. So here we are, a little bit south of Munich, right next to the border to Austria, very close to Italy. It's an extremely safe place. And of course, we are also tuition free. And for people that are interested in proximity to an international airport, we're very close to Munich International Airport. We're about 30 minutes by train from Munich, in the center of Munich. So this program, we do have similar programs in all the engineering fields. This one is brand new. It started last year. Wood technology has been going on at Rosenheim for 100 years. We're celebrating that this year. And the product wood is today, of course, very exciting because people are interested in sustainability. There's a lot going on with wood building. And we have the construction programs, wood construction, regular construction, interior construction. At the moment, the only program that offers a start in English is our core program, wood technology. I'll talk about it now, but you start in English and you start a semester early, and then you take German classes in parallel, and then you start the German courses with the German students. So this is not that easy, but then many of you, if I could see you and talk to you, I'm sure you speak already 2, 3, 4 languages. So for a lot of international students, it's not that unusual. And we really feel, this original program was funded by the DAAD. We feel that the best way to learn a language is to just plunge in. So the start is coming up. We have our second cohort this year coming in, and we'll be starting in March. This goes then until the end of July, and then the normal first semester starts in October. And so for our students, this means they will be in their second semester. You need an A2 certificate in German. And so you do not need to have an expertise in German, but you do need to prove that you have started your studies. This is a hurdle for a lot of students. So Timur, I think you said it's a good idea to start applying early, because you do, or at least taking the German courses and getting your documents in order, because that always is quite challenging in Germany. You learn then German courses with the other international students in parallel, and you join the wood technology students in your second semester for 2 classes. So the word for wood in German is Holz. So you join your Holzer colleagues already in the second semester. And so, as I said, it's 100 years old, and I guarantee everyone a job after this degree. It's no problem. We have lots of different labs. So one thing that's exciting is that you're really working a lot in small groups in the labs, and it depends on what you're interested in, right? If you're interested in digital production, right? We've got lots of digital production. If you're interested in really design, product design or interior design, you can also, there's lots of projects there. If you're more interested in forestry and wood, we don't actually do forestry, but there's lots of material science you can do, and there's a lot of research programs that are involved in the forestry worldwide, also the digitalization of logistics processes in the forest. And of course, as you can already probably see, this degree, it's a very solid engineering degree. So it can be used as a springboard then to any type of engineering masters. We have lots that go into a normal mechatronics master's program afterwards. But what we can offer at Rosenheim is a very much hands-on work in the bachelor's degree. And in fact, I'll show you a picture in a minute. Our program, we already start to make in our first semester, make a cabinet. So we're already sawing. This is what it looks like. You start in the summer semester, and people that are interested in doing engineering degrees, you've got your math, you've got your statics, and then there's already 2 courses in English. If you can see my mouse, I'm not sure. You do material science, and you do wood manufacturing techniques. And then, as I said, in parallel in that first semester, you're taking German classes. Now, except for the 2 wood courses for math, engineering, and German, you're with the other international students. So you already meet people from all over the world. And comparing it a little bit to the KIT presentation we saw, we have about 6,000 students at Rosenheim. We do not have 60,000 students, so it's much smaller. On the other hand, you do have quite a few international students these days, and so it's an opportunity for you to make friends right away with people that are also interested in studying in Germany. The next semester, though, so in the fall, physics and chemistry and English, and you already start with 2 classes in German. The wood physics and wood anatomy is actually very similar to your material science. So it isn't so difficult to do, but then you're already starting with actually mechanical engineering course here. So then you have more German, and the next semester you are studying then in German and taking technical German. So the whole schedule looks like this. So what I just showed you was the first 3 semesters. From then on, it's all in German. And you can see already there's 1 semester where you're doing an internship. And you can do your internship wherever. We have people in Indonesia, Vietnam, Namibia, Guatemala, Nicaragua, USA, where you want. But of course, you might be interested in doing this in Germany or Austria or Switzerland because you'd be interested in improving your language. You can do the same for your bachelor's thesis. And we have really extremely close contacts to companies. So I'm getting requests all the time. And the other thing I wanted to point out, so I've taught in different universities in industrial engineering, and I've never quite seen such a broad degree, because if you look, you've got the usual, as I said, math and physics, but you've got your business administration courses, you have product courses, you have finance courses, it's a product development, you have sustainability courses. I teach the production optimization and the IT systems down here. You have wood chemistry courses, and you have a lot of things like sustainable energy and building technology. So, as I said, it's really solid, very interesting program. And the one thing at the end here, it's called Project Seminar. What the students do is they take the whole semester in groups to plan a factory. And so they start with what they're going to make, how much they're going to make, where, how, which machines, which capacity, which trucks they need, how they're going to organize the organization, and what kind of investments they need. And what I think is, if you finish this seminar, you've probably finished equivalent to any program's entrepreneurship program in the world. It's amazing what they do at the end of this program. So it's quite interesting, challenging, and we're trying to make it available to international students. So as I said, 100 years, we do have people working all over the world. There's a lot of people working in China, India, Vietnam, for example, because the wood industry is growing in those areas. They're opening, for example, a very, very sophisticated furniture production, huge in Dubai right now, actively looking for people and actively working with us on their production optimization. So there's a lot of opportunities then for internships, for jobs, and for bachelor's thesis. We also have a master's program in English, which I'm not talking about today, but you can also do your master's then in English right after if you're interested. These slides will be provided later, so I don't have to read every note, but this was our first, we had started last year, as I said, so we had Lily, Lucas, Nara, and Mohammed joining us, and for example, Nara's family business in Mongolia makes they're like wooden tents, and yurts they're called, and so she's here with us to learn the modern manufacturing techniques in Germany. And Mohammed is actually a trained carpenter. And so that's also a lot of the German students, they're trained carpenters, and they've come here then to get a bachelor's degree. We did, as I said, we do the very first lab in the spring. We're making ourselves a cabinet. And Lignum Consulting is a consulting firm in Germany, also works worldwide. They actually support us in a lot of ways and give workshops, for example. And then as soon as the actual German students arrive, this is in this fall, we do a lot of things together with them. So we were visiting factories, and the students started this past semester with 2 classes with their German counterparts. So as you can see, some of the words are here in German. So you're learning German at the same time. And that, of course, is key. Because in Germany, we're part of this German-speaking region, which is Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And there's many very strong companies. But if you can't speak German, it's not so easy. So this is what we're trying to offer you. We're trying to offer you the opportunity to learn German as a young person. Now, I'm not German, I'm American, and for me, learning German is quite a challenge, so I see what a great opportunity this is. We're on social media. We're on Instagram and Facebook under the hashtag International Wood Technology, IWT TH Rosenheim. TH stands for Technical Hochschule, and you can see some pictures of us there. Then just in general, just to show you some of these things Nina already talked about, we're a technical university of applied sciences, so that means we're not a big university. We do research, quite a lot of research. This is changing in Germany. We can already grant PhDs. And of course, we have a lot, as I said, a lot of wood research. And we have those smaller classes and a lot of hands-on work. We have 4 locations actually in Bavaria, and 10 different faculties with 33 bachelor's degrees and 13 master's courses. And yeah, there are other areas if you're interested in business, health and social studies, although we do have also English-speaking master's programs. But as I said, we and the other engineering programs are offering these programs specifically so you can learn German. So, extremely strong economic region. I think Matthias already mentioned that, and Bavaria is a very rich region when it comes to companies. We have Microsoft is in Munich, Apple is in Munich, we have Allianz. And there's lots and lots of Mittelstand companies. These are the small and medium enterprises which can make specialist products, and they are all over Bavaria. And of course, then they also primarily communicate in English, so that in German, so that's another reason to learn German. As we are growing, we've been getting quite a lot of funding money from the government to open different centers. And it's been, if you also look in the social media, you'll see we want to support our international students more. And so this has been developing over the years. You can get help from our international office for housing, for German courses, learning a language. And this is roughly, I might say it's a little bit on the low side now because prices have been increasing all over the world, including Germany. But you would look for accommodation in Rosenheim, you'd have to pay health insurance and your meals and personal expenses. So you're probably looking at over 1,000 euros per month for your living needs and for student fees. And Bavaria, well, it's very nice. This is where people come for vacation. Rosenheim is very close to the Alps, very close to some beautiful lakes, and I'm close to Munich, so it's also a very nice place to live. And you can then invite your families and come on holiday in Rosenheim. And I think that's all I have. There's my email, which I can also put in the chat. And then Florian Heinrich is our student advisory contact. But if you write to me, I will answer you. So if you have any questions, let me know. And I'd highly recommend that you think about this type of program if you're looking for a bachelor's degree and are really interested in staying in Germany or working for a German company. So that's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Professor Ott, for all the details. Your email address is already in chat, and info package from the program is also there as well. Wonderful. Today we are super on time, and we have plenty of time for also a Q&A. Professor Pfeffer, thank you also for taking some of the questions in written already. Now, I will start with a question for Temir. Temir, you mentioned the model in China. The question is that mandatory? If so, how is the logistics organized, especially visa?
So if we're talking about the model in China, well, actually, it's almost mandatory. There are just few exceptions. For example, when the student don't go to China, but yeah, in general, principle, it's mandatory. About the logistics and visa, our operations department is supporting the students in this process, so you won't be alone. They help you to receive the visa, and they will be with you through the whole of the process going to China. And of course, when you come to China, we have there our Chinese colleague who will be your advisor there in Suzhou, so you won't be alone. So everything is planned for you.
Wonderful. And I believe the same is for the accommodation, so people will not be left alone there.
No, definitely not.
Wonderful, great. Professor Pfeffer, the question was, which you also want to answer live, is are there elective modules that allow me to specialize further in areas such as AI in production, supply chain optimization, or digital twins? You're muted. Yeah.
No, we do not have in this master degree course any kind of elective courses, but all the students can join courses from other master degree programs. So additionally, optionally, for free, and so they get a certification when they join this course. But we do not have any elective courses in that case.
Mm-hmm. Professor Ott, you also mentioned a few career prospects, etc. And the question is, for Wood program, can this degree serve as a foundation for working in regulatory or policy-making roles related to sustainable materials?
Absolutely. That's a great question. It depends where you're talking about, right? I mean, if you're talking about being a policymaker in German, your German has to be really good. But this is a big topic that you've mentioned, and these policies are developing. And so there's a lot not focus. In fact, we've just changed the curriculum also, but more focus on the rules and regulations and also how to evaluate your products. And so we have a lot of I have internships or theses. What they're supposed to do is develop the life cycle analysis, look at the product sheet, the EPD, for companies. And the companies are very interested in this because, like, for example, yachts, the big fancy ships that people spend millions for. We make a lot of yachts in Germany because we're very high quality. And these producers are extremely interested in where the products come from and how they are ranked, I guess, if you want to call it, in terms of sustainability. And so if you want to do policy making, we're not going to teach you a course in policy making, but you would learn everything you would need to know about the product sustainability and the regulations that surround that.
Wonderful, thank you so much. Yeah, I can mark this as answered. There was a question about visa, which Professor Pepper also answered, but I think it also came during Timir's presentation. Hello, does part-time mean that the applicants from the non-European countries cannot study at this program because of the visa limitations? If I know it correctly, German embassies provide visas only for full-time programs.
Well, actually, you will be enrolled as a full-time student. So we offer executives, so-called part-time master programs, but you will receive an admission letter where it will be stated that you are a full-time student.
That's the trick. That's why you need to join these webinars to know those.
Exactly. That's the trick. And then the international students that are coming abroad, then with this letter from admission committee, they go to the embassy and they receive the visas without problem. The participant is right. So with part-time, it's almost impossible. That's why all our students enrolled as a full-time, so they receive the visas. So everything is fine in this case. You don't need to worry.
Great.
But there's another trick. So our students, they have to apply because Munich is special in that case, and Bavaria is special in that case. So they do not allow to study with part-time for foreigner students. But what our students do is that they're looking for a full-time job during the first semester, or they're looking for a job, not for a working student job, for a full-time job or any kind of contract, which is not a student contract. And with this contract, they can apply for a blue card in Germany. And with the blue card, you can get the the part-time visa or the working visa. And with the working visa, you can apply for the part-time course. And that's a trick how our students work. Even if you have a working contract, which is just 20 hours or something like that, so they don't mind as long as it is no working student contract. So that's a trick how it works in Bavaria.
Great, thank you so much. The attendees also take into account for blue card, you need to have a special amount of income to qualify for that. Yes, but if you have enough, like, to get that amount in 20 hours, I already envy.
Yeah, but they students, they joining the course, mostly of them have all an engineering degree. So the salary of an engineer, even half of the salary, 50% or 60% is high enough to
That's wonderful. So yeah, you already from right now, you have great opportunities once you do an engineering degree. So, and you will be in Munich, so that's great. Professor Ott, I see you are answering the question about the German. Let me read that out so that if somebody also interested. Did I get it correctly that B2 level in German should be achieved after the first semester?
I was just looking for the link, which I can also put in. So our first semester has classes B1 to finish B1 in the first semester, and then in the second semester you're doing B2. And so I'm going to put a link here to the course page where you can actually see what I was showing. So yeah, and like it. Probably all of you're interested in your A2 English or your B2 English, and you know what you're supposed to learn. But in the end, when you learn the language, your goal is not to learn B2, but to be able to communicate and write and understand. And so I think you will officially get to this B2 level after those 2 semesters. But the idea is that you would actually be much further than that, because you'll be taking the courses in it, you'll be meeting German people, be living in Germany. Of course, the students also have to be interested in that. I mean, you have to be interested. It's a challenge. German is not easy. So, but it will open the doors for you if you do it. And it works very well for the students that are currently in the program.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. Another round of questions. Let's go with Temir. About the cost again. Does 9,000 fee include the special fee in the federal state, 1,500?
Yeah. So if you're an international student and you are studying full time, I mean, here in Baden-Württemberg, I was doing it myself because I'm an international student, was studying at KIT as a full-time student. Yeah, I needed to pay extra amount of money. That was really 1,500. But if we're talking about Hector School, everything is included in this price, so you don't need to pay this sum extra. So everything is already included.
Wonderful. Thank you. I see now one thanks, another one. This was for Professor Pfeffer, but I don't see the continuation. I think it was one of the previous questions that was answered in written.
Yeah.
And then I see a question about the class sizes, which was mentioned by all of you. But if you don't mind, maybe one by one, everybody just could say a number, and we also answer more in this way. Temir, what is the usual class size?
So it depends on the selected master program. If we are talking about management of product development, the usual class size is around 10 students. I mean, it can be 1 year 8 students, next year 12 students, but usually it's around 10.
Mm-hmm. Professor Pfeffer?
So we limit all classes to 20 people. So usually we have something between 15 and 20, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And Professor Ott?
So as you saw, our first classes, we're new, so we just have a few students. The classes with the other engineering students, you're looking at about 30 students per class. And then with the wood technology students, yeah, also 30 to 40 students per class.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. And also, dear attendees, like small class sizes is a huge benefit because you have this one-to-one contact with professors, and then yeah, all you can also ask questions directly and so on. Now I want to mention briefly once again application, how the application is done. So for KIT Hector School, there is a direct application, and you need to do an online application form. So let me share my screen. So you need to have an online application form, copy of first university level degree, transcript of records, professional experience, English language, CV, and letter of recommendation. As a follow-up, Timmy, do you have any suggestions of letter of recommendation? Should that be from professor or
Exactly,
doesn't it?
exactly. Letter of recommendation, it's actually the letter that we require from your former university, either from a professor or a lecturer or a scientific supervisor, where it is stated like which subjects did he or she held for you, how long, and where like you were especially good, where we are not so good, like a small half page of A4 paper, piece of paper, your characteristics. That's right. And proof of professional experience, it's actually just almost the same letter, but from the company you were working at or you are now working at, but from HR, your direct chef, also, but not from your colleague. But yeah, it's also the same thing with position you have, your everyday tasks, and also a little bit of your characteristics and how are you doing with your job.
Thank you. For the second program, we Digital Factory and Operational Excellence, we have again online application form, letter of motivation, CV, copy of first university level degree, English language certificate, and copy of passport identity card. The English language requirements and the special scores for IELTS or TOEFL are listed there. And yeah, this is nothing extra you need to worry. Professor, do you want to add anything on that?
Oh, no.
No.
As you have hand in this formula and these papers, then you will get the interview with the student head of department.
Thank you. And for the bachelor's program, you also have online application form. You need VPD. It's really important that you need to have a VPD from UniAssist, which means that you need to apply for that early. The application deadline is in January, if I correctly recall.
Right, it's November to January.
January, yeah. But since you need to already apply for programming by 15th of January, you need to apply for VPD in advance, which means like 6 weeks minimum in advance. Don't worry, VPD is valid for 1 year. So even if you apply earlier, it will be, you can use it for the program application. But this is very important. Don't apply for VPD by 14th of January. You will not have it for the application deadline. English language certificates and German language profs were already mentioned. Great. Then, and once again, contact details in chat, so feel free to directly contact the program representatives. I think my job with this is done. I wish everybody a nice rest of the day. Just